Amir Khan. Amir Khan, how are you, sir?
I'm doing really well. Thank you very much. It's great to be on here with you, Kieran. But yeah, I've just been in Dubai, keeping busy. Obviously, I've got my mask in my hand as well. I'm in the car now, so. But you know what? It's a tough time that we're going through, but look, we're managing it.
Excellent, fantastic. So my question to you first of all, Amir, is how has lockdown been for you? Obviously, you've been traveling around the world, etc. Just to kind of, before we start your kind of career questions, how's lockdown been for you? Obviously, you know, you've got your BBC show at the moment on BBC One, and you know, you're going back into Markle, etc. And kind of, you know, quarantine. What's lockdown been for you so far?
You know, lockdown's been quite hard, definitely. I think it's been hard for everyone. And my little one right there in the back, she's doing a bit of babysitting for us with her. But look, overall, you know, I think it's been quite difficult for everyone. You know, the gyms have been closed. Obviously, boxing is what I do. I love boxing, and obviously I can't go to the gym. I can't do my sparring. You have to make sure that, you know, you're well away from. You can't really spend time with the trainer, because normally you have a trainer who doesn't mix the pads. You have sparring partners, you know, there'll be blood and everything. So because we had to be very, very careful and take precautions, I hardly went to the gym. And you go out for like a quick little run. But really, you know, I think I just miss not being around the fans. And then they have started to introduce boxing out to on television without fans. See, I can't really relate to that, because I've always been a fighter where I've had fans all the time, you know, supporting me, and that kind of drives me, you know, kind of gives me that lift. So it's been a difficult time, you know, but I've just kept my mind. I've been busy doing charity work, kept the mind busy with my family, and you know, I have been traveling as well. Went to see the in-laws in New York. Then I came to Pakistan. Went to Pakistan to do some boxing events through the COVID. Did about 2 big boxing shows there. So I've utilized this time to maybe spend more time with myself, my family, and maybe on my other projects I'm doing.
Perfect. Now, obviously, you've got your own TV show on BBC with your, and obviously, the whole world gets to kind of see a different Amir. They get to see the real Amir. You know, you going back to Bolton, you going back to kind of, you know, your roots, etc. What's the aim? Because everyone's got an aim to kind of, you know, when they have a TV show, they want to kind of show the world. What's something that you would love to what's your aim and your projective that you're trying to show the world who you are as a person?
I think the aim for me would be just to show who I really am.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm a normal person.
Yeah.
You know, and people who don't know me will always think that Amir's big-headed or he's stuck up. But the only time to see you normally is around a fight time. Is when you have your opponent in front of you, and you have to you can't be a softie in front of him. You have to kind of be a little bit aggressive. That might make you come across like you're arrogant. But I think this TV show gets to, you know, people get to see that, you know, we're normal people. And we're loving and caring. I follow my religion. I follow other religions, and also I'm a family man. I love my kids, and I love spending time with them. And you know, that's basically it, really. And showing you a little bit of our inside of our life. You know, we have our arguments.
Of course.
We have our kids. We get frustrated at times, but still, we are one family and one unit.
Exactly. Now, obviously, in the documentary, your wife, you know, she was obviously very protective over you, and she was saying, you know, Amir is a very genuine, you know, very kind of relaxed person, and she's very kind of fierce. She kind of things, etc.
Yes.
What's your, I mean, obviously you've got the wedding hall at the moment, you know, you're talking about the wedding hall, that kind of, you know, design, etc. What's happening with that? Because I know recently you were talking about that in your thing and saying you want to get that sort of what's happening with the wedding hall that's happening in Bolton?
The wedding hall has to get finished. You know, it's a project I always want to finish off. And I'm going to finish that project off. And, you know, give someone back to Bolton. Where my wife comes into it is, honestly, she's such a big help, because when it comes to me, like investing my money, or people that owe me money, or, you know, if I do my paying bills and the wages that need to be paid out, she is on top of all that. So instead of me worrying about that, when I could be training in the gym, or I'm busy doing something else, she's busy just looking after my whole affairs, which is a massive help. Honestly, like, you probably know yourself how hard it is to kind of, when you get all your house bills, you get your imagine you have to do it yourself, but luckily I've got the help of my wife.
Of course.
Now, I'm very fortunate that in that way because I wouldn't know where to start from, bro.
Exactly. Now, tell me about also now charity kind of work that you do. Charity work. I'm sure that you do a lot of charity work, etc. And you kind of, you know, you're very positive. You know, to me, Ralph even said to me today, he goes to me, Amir Khan is a family man. Remember that. He's a family man. He's a humble man, etc. What kind of things can you think you can do to benefit Bolton? Because remember, there's so many people that would love to be in your position, Amir. There's so many people that love to do that. What do you think you can do to help other people?
I think what I can do to help other people is by opening more boxing academies in the UK and Bolton. You know, taking kids off the streets, putting them into something positive. Also, giving them that, you know, that knowledge about why you should not fight on the streets. You can get in trouble. You know, educating them in that sense. Being a boxer doesn't mean you go on the streets and start throwing punches. No, it gives you discipline not to fight on the streets. So that's what we want to teach. Also, you know, I do a lot with the local mosques, the local schools. So I think that's what I want to be. I want to be like a role model to these youngsters. Look, I was once young and I was very naughty, and I took the right path.
Sure.
Now I want the youngsters to follow my footsteps and go on the right path. It's easy to go on the wrong path, going to drugs and making money the wrong way. It's easy to do that, especially in the Asian community nowadays.
Of course.
So I want to give them the positive way. Let's do it the right way and the clean way. And if it's in sport, you know, you've seen me do it. And what else I want to promote out there is that a lot of Asians out there in the UK would always think that we would never become a footballer. We would never become a cricket player professionally. I mean, I opened the door to boxing. I mean, I'm the first ever to become a British Pakistani to come on the boxing scene.
Yeah.
So if I could do it, I'm sure anyone can do it in any other field. The opportunities are there for our people, but it's about them taking the opportunity and making it work for them.
Brilliant. Now, obviously, as a brilliant fighter like yourself, you know, obviously you're very, you know, you're top of your game when it comes to boxing, etc. And when you're famous, you know, everybody wants to kind of press you. You know, for instance, where you had like, I think there was a tweet today about Conor Ben or something you were tweeting, and he was tweeting you. Obviously, you get these young fighters all the time. They want recognition. They want to say, you know, they say silly stuff. For instance, they say silly stuff to the media. You know, Conor Ben, I don't think you'd have any chance against you, to be honest. That's my opinion. I mean, you are Amir Khan. He's a young man. What message can you tell Conor Ben to the people across the world, you know?
My message out there is, look, I was young once, and I remember when, you know, when you've won a good fight, you know, you think that you're on top of the world and you can take on the world and take on the best. See, sometimes they bite something too much that they can't chew it, you know what I mean? And I think that's something that Conor Ben's trying to do here. He's trying to face someone where, you know, if he faces someone like myself, no disrespect, I think I'm way above him skillfully, power and strength, so and speed as well. So I think, what does it have on me? Nothing. So I just think the only thing he's got on me is that being that fresh fighter, maybe a little bit younger.
Brilliant. Now, obviously, the whole world is going to watch this tonight on television, and also on the national papers. So my question to you is,
well, look, I wish him all the best. Honestly, I wish Conor Ben all the very best. And look, he's a little bit younger than me, but I would want him to take that route of the English, and then the European and the world. I mean, win the world titles, you know, instead of chasing someone like myself who's already been at the top for all the world champions out there. So I wish him all nothing but the best, honestly. But I think it could be a bad step he takes if he wants to fight me.
Of course. Now, who's also won? I don't want to take your time too much. I only got 5 minutes left with you. I know you got your family stuff going on. Who's one fighter, Amir, that you would love to fight with, that you haven't fighted before, that you know that you can definitely give a knockout? And also, you know, because when you're a fighter, you have to be confident. The whole point is about his confidence. Let's just recap that. So what's one of your fighters that you would love to fight? I mean, you've got Andy Joshua, you've got, what's his name? You've got so many great, you know...
so many big names. Fury, you've got so many big names.
Exactly.
But if I is in my division, I would like to put a beating on Kell Brook. I think that's a fight that the British public have been always talking about. You probably have heard it. See, I saw you smile there when I said the name. See, it's a name that everyone knows about. Amir Khan, Kell Brook fight. See, it should have happened maybe a couple of years ago, but because I was campaigning in America and he was not wanting to fight me, then that's the reason it's not happened. But now I think we're in a position of making that fight happen.
Mm.
So in my opinion, you know, I want to fight the top guys, and I know you mentioned Conor Ben, but I don't think he's a top fighter yet.
No, he isn't. No.
He will be one day. But whereas Kell Brook has faced many world champions and pound for pound fighters, so you have to give him that respect. I think that's a big fight that we should be settling the score with.
Perfect. And also, last couple of questions for you. What's your opinion about Tyson Fury? Obviously, I know, you know, he's, you know, I'm sure he's a lovely man, you know, behind cameras.
Yeah.
When he comes across, you know, some people can be arrogant, some people can't, etc. And that's just norm. That's just part of boxing. What's your opinion about, what do you call it, Fury? Do you think he's a great fighter, but do you also think he's a sportsman, you know, a sportsmanship as well?
I think he's a brilliant fighter, first of all. When it comes down to boxing, I think he ticks all the boxes, has a skill, speed, set, everything, you know. And when it comes to outside the boxing ring, look, he's put his hand up. He went through that little bit of an issue where he was depressed. He went through a drug period of his career. He went through a bit of drugs and stuff. I mean, look, that happens. It can happen to anyone. So we have to respect that. But the way he come out from it and the way he come back and said, no, look, I know I made that mistake. He put his hand up and said, I'm going to change the person. I've learned from my mistakes. And he told the truth, what he was going through. Not many people would speak about that. You know, it's such a sensitive situation you're in that not a lot of people would want to speak about what you're going through. So with Tyson, respect for his due, he spoke about it, he overcome it, and come back to the ring and become a world champion. So look, he's done it all.
Fantastic. And my last couple of questions for you, then we're going to leave it to it. Obviously, you had Prince Philip recently that passed away. Passed away, etc. And you know, any kind of message to the royal family or to the world, etc. from you?
Yeah, definitely. My message to the royal family is, you know, I want to send my commiseration to the families and the royal family. I mean, I never had the chance to meet him, but it would have been an honor to meet him. But you know, it's one of them things. We all have to go one day, and you know, he leaves great memories for everybody. You know, especially the Muslim, the Asian community, because I think he was very, like, he supported a lot of those and showed his love and support towards the different communities.
Sure.
So yeah.
Brilliant, fantastic. And also, what's your future plan for the next couple of years? Tell me what's something. Are you there?
Future plans.
Yeah, can't see you. Yeah.
Can you see me?
Yeah.
Future plans for me, I just want to keep busy now. Probably 1 or 2 more fights.
Yeah.
I've got this show now with BBC. I think they want to do a season 2 as well. Right. I'm busy with that, and just want to see my kids grow up now, man. See my kids grow up and get strong and healthy. Are you going to take the vaccine? Are you going to take the vaccine, Amir? Are you going to, you know, are you? Yes, also... you know, believe it or not, I took it.
Oh wow, fantastic.
I took it. Yeah, I took the AstraZeneca one.
Right.
Just the one. You have to wait another 6 weeks for the next one. Excellent. And I had the AstraZeneca one. But I tell you one thing, I had the worst headache for 12 hours. The whole injection affected me for about 28 hours. After I was back to normal again. Would you also tell your fans to take it? Because obviously you're a role model to so many British, Asian people and also English people around the world. Would you tell your fans to take the vaccine? I definitely would. I definitely would say that they should take it. It's something that you need, and it's going to help you. Look how many vaccines we've taken in our life, you know, and it's all to prevent illnesses and to make sure that we're going to be safe and strong. I think definitely you have to take the vaccine, so please go and get it. Especially the Asian community who are holding back, saying, "Oh no, we can't take it," or some saying that we can't take it because it's not halal. No, it ticks all the boxes. It is. You are allowed to take it. I spoke to some very high priests and stuff, and they've said the same thing. So yeah. Brilliant, fantastic. And last 2 questions, then we're done. The George Floyd, obviously, you know, the racism. I mean, look, listen, me, you, Ralph, you know, we're up in it. We're all Asians. We're so used to, you know, I'm so used to being categorized. You know, I'm Asian. People call me horrible names like Paki, for instance. I get it all the time. I'm very used to it all the time. You know, I'm so used to it when I walk down the street, someone says something rude, etc. George Floyd, that happened in America. Obviously, as you probably know, the trial that's happening, because you're a great kind of boxer, and obviously, you know, you work in America, you work in UK as well. The George Floyd situation must have really upset you when you saw that video.
What's your opinion about that? Because obviously there's a trial going on at the moment on national television about, I don't know, about the prosecution, etc., against the police officer. When you saw that video, how did you feel, Amir?
I mean, look, it was sad to see what happened to George Floyd. I mean, a normal person who was probably going home to his family, dragged at the car. The police officer it was very physical. I only know very little about it, but what I saw, it kind of upset me. See, I've been to America and I've been around the police services there. I've been around a lot of the black community, the white community, the Mexican community, and everyone gets along with each other. It's just a shame that this one officer had to go and do that and ended up killing George Floyd, which then a huge fight erupted around the world. Well, Black Lives, they came out with a slogan, Black Lives Matter, which, yes, they do, but it was just unfortunate that that one officer really just was a bad apple, basically. And it was wrong for what he did.
And last question to you, sir, and then I'll let you continue with your family. Another breaking news, actually. Meghan and also Prince Harry have obviously moved to America. Obviously, Meghan kind of said on Oprah, she goes, she was talking about, the color of the dark of her child, for etc. They haven't named the person of the royal family. Obviously, they're getting a lot of stick. Piers Morgan, a dear friend of mine, obviously, he's kind of giving them a lot of stick. He's saying, they don't want limelight, and then they want limelight, and then they don't. Do you feel like what Meghan and Harry have done by going to America to be free, just to get on with their lives? I mean, you're a married man. You can kind of relate to that because you want your own privacy. Yeah. Do you think what they've done is right, or do you think what Prince Harry's done is wrong?
No, there's right and wrong in it. And what I want to say is that, look, yes, they should live their own lives. They should be happy living their own lives. You're going to live once. And also, if they want to go to America, we should let them go and let them enjoy it. But if they feel that in the UK they're not wanted, or they feel that they don't get that respect or that love or that freedom, I think they're wrong, because the UK, in my opinion, is the peacefulest country, the safest country to be in, and one of the countries that will give you like everybody has their own, you got your own powers there. Whoever lives in the UK has that help from the government, has that help from the people, the local community. I mean, it's just one of the best countries to live in. And for him to turn away from the UK and go to America, I thought that was quite bad. But look, end of the day, it's his own life, and if he feels that he is going to be better, he's going to have a better life in America, then so be it. But to be honest, I think nothing beats home to me. England is a home. Nothing beats England, so if anyone says that,
are you proud to be British? Are you proud to be British?
I am so proud to be British, honestly. Yeah. I mean, look, it was Britain that got me to the Olympics. That I went to representing Great Britain. I could have gone to representing Pakistan, but no, I chose Britain for the Olympic Games to win a medal for the country. I mean, yes, they have put me on the map, definitely. And I think then the whole world followed. After UK, Great Britain put me on the map. So I have to respect all of it. Comes down to England giving me that chance in the Olympics, and then becoming world champion as a professional. I then made my name, and that's where I got the recognition.
And what message can you say to the British Asians across the world today that want to be in your position? Because there's so many people that would love to be in your position, to have this kind of, power, platform, authority, etc. Be a world athlete. What can you tell to the people in Bolton, Bradford, London, Nottingham, Birmingham, especially the UK, that want an aspiration like you?
First of all, my message to them would be first of all, we're going through this very tough situation, which is the COVID and coronavirus and all. So stay safe, stay clean, keep your hands washed, wear the masks. I've got mine right here as well. When you go out and make sure you keep your distance away from people. But my message to them would be, look, if you have dreams in life, chase them. Don't sit back and think, oh yeah, it's going to get given to you. No, nothing in life gets given to you. You have to go out there, you have to achieve it, you have to try, and you have to work hard for it. With me, I'm a boxer. I worked hard for it. There was years where you lose fights and you think you're going to make it to that next level, and then you lose a fight and it drops you back down 2 steps. I never gave up. I kept going. I kept trying. So even if you feel that, you keep falling back, don't give up. Keep trying harder, because you will get your break and you'll get your opening. And it doesn't matter what color, what race you are. You can achieve your dreams as long as you work hard. So that's what it's all about. It's all about staying focused, achieve your dreams by working hard.
Brilliant. And Ralph, last question for you, sir, and then let Amir continue. Last question.
Yeah, I mean, it's kind of great to hear from you. You know, with your family. I watched you on BBC on iPlayer. It's a fantastic kind of a family that you're with. So my question is, as a professional boxer, right? What is the most sweetest thing that you have done in life in winning? Which title was it?
See, for me, the best title for me was the Olympics, winning that medal, because the Olympics are known to be one of the biggest tournaments in the world, which give me that global. No one knew me before. Globally, no one knew who Amir Khan was. Not even in my town. But when I went to Olympic Games, this was a life change for me. I was like, wow, the whole world knew who I was. And I have to say that I give all my love and everything to the Olympics. The Olympics was what made me. I will always give my respect to the Olympic Games. And if I can give any hype to any advice to any young fighters, is that try to go to the Olympics and make a name for yourself, then turn professional. Because when I turned professional, I was selling at arenas. At a young age, I'm on my first fight, second fight, third fight. Because I went to Olympics, I had that Olympic background, and I had that Olympic support. I built a team, a group of I had the whole nation behind me basically from the Olympic Games. So that's what the Olympics did for me, and they followed me on and on since I moved into the professional ranks as well.
And also social media. I know I keep saying one last question to you, sir.
Yeah.
And I don't want to be like I'm pushing you. So if you need to go, just tell me you need to go in a minute. But social media is a very powerful tool, Amir. You've obviously got a great social media following, but at the same time, when you have a social media following, there's always negativity. There's always people that say stupid stuff all the time, every single day. There's always that one idiot that says something because they want to say something just to make them feel better, but they don't realize that it's just called nazar. In Hindi or Punjabi, we say nazar. How do you deal with people that are jealous? And at the same time, how do you deal with people that are hating? Because, like I said before, everybody wants to be in somebody's position and they don't have it. How do you deal with people like that?
It's hard to deal with them because, it's, you just have to forget about them. Look, they never get to me. They motivate me more than anything. Those that say you're going to lose your next fight or you're not going to become a champion, that's a motivation for you to come back stronger, work hard, prove them wrong. And also, it's like a slap in their face. And yeah, you do get a lot of nazar out there. There's a lot of jealousy out there when you're successful. But look, as long as you pray, you do your meditations, and you respect the people around you, and you're a nice guy, then God helps you. I always have that belief in me. There's someone above us who's looking down on us, and if you behave the right way, you get the good things in life.
Excellent.
That's what's happened.
And also one question from your beloved fan, London Bullies UK. His name's called Paul Singh. He's been begging me to ask you this question. What do you want to be remembered for the end of your career, Amir Khan? Obviously, you're kind of a family man, you're doing everything, but what's your aim? What would you like to be remembered as a boxer?
I think I want to be remembered as a great fighter who'd never ducked any fight, and was one of the fighters that fought the best out there.